run
over your watch.
So, I'm gonna ask, as a Metal Gear fan, would you prefer the anime drawing codec style communicating thing, or the regular, CGI models from Metal Gear 2?
Because I've played more of the older games and Portable Ops, probably the most recent one I've actually played properly, I would say the drawing ones. Yourself?
Yeah, I prefer the drawings. Just because at the time it was, actually what you're saying about the whole cutscene thing in Portable Ops and Peace Walker, it worked better for the cutscenes.
Do you mean cutscenes as well, or?
No, I think in, well yeah, it did work for the cutscenes in Peace Walker, but in this regard, I preferred it for the codec as well, yeah. And where did you hear that? The cutscenes for Snake Eater was going to be redone in
For the 3DS?
Yeah.
I'm sure I watched it being played. I mean, I could try to find the video. I think, you know when I was doing that acting thing for Connor?
Yeah.
And his mate Toby? I think they've got like a little playthrough on their channel.
Okay. Because
This one, I'm pretty sure
I've seen the full cutscene intro for Snake Eater, or originally it was with like the plane and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious where they've actually put in the new cutscenes.
Yeah, I'll look at that video again before I say it as true fact,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure it was.
It would work. I wouldn't mind if they did, because again,
I do love that
I
stuff.
wouldn't be able to watch the full cutscenes on handheld. It'd be weird. I can only really do it on a big TV. One of the reasons I wouldn't have bought Snake Eater for 3DS, just watching those long cutscenes on handheld. Again, like Metal Gear 1, cutscenes aren't as extensive as they were in Metal Gear 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah. Wait, I know that you say on handhelds as well.
Yeah.
How come that's the issue for you? Is it just because the screen's too small? Or?
It's not because it's too small. I mean, I can play games fine on handheld. It's just Metal Gear cutscene logic. I mean, it is like watching a full-blown movie. It's longer than a movie, so I need to see it on a TV. It's like when I've tried to watch films downloaded on a laptop. I wouldn't be able to do it all the time because I love movies being shown in their full magic on a big TV.
Yeah.
Even had an old 22-inch TV that was too small for me. I was like, I can't wait to upgrade. Oh, that chick, Meryl.
Yeah, full of innuendos. Innuendo. I'm the mature one of the group, obviously.
It's okay, you just haven't played Metal Gear.
No.
You played some of it, there.
I played a little. Like, I know loads of things that happen in this. Like, I know you have to fight the dude. I think his name is Raven in the tank.
Yeah.
And you have to, the only way you can do it is by throwing grenades. Or is there another way?
No, you do have to throw grenades, yeah.
So I know some things about it, but just not a great deal. What you can do, man? What you can do?
Just don't know if he wakes up. Oh, it's alright, yeah, I've got it.
No, shoot him!
No, I don't need to. Therefore, I won't again, like, I would have shot everyone in this hangar just for a sense of personal safety, but I haven't needed to. Cigarettes or thermal goggles?
Thermal.
Well, thermals don't kill you, so...
But yeah, but cigarettes can be fun.
Predator version's always best.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to see, really.
Like we use smokeroos.
So maybe the mine detector. Never mind, I can just crawl over them. Got time for a tank fight.
We good, we good.
Snake, be careful. There are claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector. Who are you? Just call me. Don't.
Hey, trust you, Nathan. But to be fair, it was quite a bad name for
Yeah.
what you just kind of said earlier.
What did he say earlier? Do I want to know? No, I'm just
No,
gonna
no.
play Metal Gear. I'm gonna play Metal Gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Just call me Deep Throat, yeah.
Wait, no, you were here
Was I?
just a minute ago when you were saying that he was a mature one and talking about innuendo all the time.
Still though, come on. Fancy naming a character Deep Throat. Of all the, like, spy names you could think of.
So what do they call you, Deep Throat? Back when I was in a prison, I had to bust out. Wait, what? No, I don't know the story anymore.
I found
So when do you pick up a famous?
down the armory.
Yeah, when you got the
More
level
security
2
guards, yeah, you can get more stuff. I found the Twin Snakes version was a lot easier than the original Metal Gear PS1, and not in a good way. It's like the only way you could defeat this tank was using grenades, whereas in Twin Snakes, because it played like Metal Gear 2, you could use the tranquilizer gun to just shoot the gun in the head and tranquilize them.
We'll go for it now.
Yeah, impressive. What would you do? Blow a tank up with grenades if you could, or stop it with a tranquilizer gun.
You fucking shoot a tranquilizer and steal the tank. You're a snake, you can do it if you want to.
True.
But no, for what you're saying, grenades will be a bit more fun.
Yeah.
More challenging as well.
In the cutscene
That
for defeating the
resolution.
tank, he actually throws a grenade into the main gun.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just like, being cool for the gun. Goes, whoa. So yeah, somehow it gets in there. Okay, use the chaff, because it stops the electric targeting of the cannon. And then we run towards the tank.
Well, that looked much nicer when I last saw it in number 2.
Or the chaff effect.
Yeah.
Close. Really close.
Ah,
Careful, bro.
Oh god.
yeah. That's not nice when that happens.
Needs to sort out that engine, mate.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Hurry up.
I remember playing through Metal Gear Solid 4, and on Shadow Moses, I think Ring Archon on the coder, and he's like, hey, how did you defeat that tank after all? So he's like, use grenades. It's like, what? You have to be a fucking madman to use grenades against the tank. It's like, Snake, you're awesome, you're the shit. But it actually says, you're the shit, and then just cuts off. And on that note,
Another one.
end of
down.
part 2 of One Bites the Dust. Hello, welcome to Game at Jackson's.
Hello.
That works.
Number 3.
Hopefully this will be like the easier one to edit.
Yeah.
Not that I need them to be easy, because I'm just that good at editing.
So that's our first view.
View or few? I couldn't understand what you said then.
I said view by accident, but I meant view.
Right. Okay.
So you're kind of right.
You're kind of right. Oh.
Question.
Question.
If you had a choice, you could have
Jesus.
basically all your regular online kind of multiplayer games of modern day, or you could have like a PlayStation 1 with all the best titles, or like an N64 with all the best titles, like a one retro console with loads of awesome single player games. What would you choose? And if you did, what games in particular? Like your top 3 games.
Can we make this part last 2 hours?
I can concur with that, definitely.
Oh, fuck.
Alright.
It's hard
easy
for me
enough,
because it's between an N64 and the GameCube. But now I'm thinking like I love the PS1 because like Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, the original Silent Hill, which I actually never played but looked really good.
Yeah.
Does that have? No.
I can play it now.
Wipeout. Too dated or too
Wipeout.
scary.
Too dated.
You got Red in the Dark if you got over there, the very first one.
Oh yeah,
You should
the
play
N64, Zelda Majora's Mask, Jet Force Gemini.
Can we pick between all of the old ones of single player games?
You mean all cross platforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll simplify it a bit.
I don't think that does it, gives it more choices than that.
Okay, for me, Jet Force Gemini on the N64 by Rareware, one of their more kind of unknown ones. A fantastic game. Back when Rare was good, before they started doing Kinect sport stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rare.
Conquered Bad Fur Day.
I never played that one.
What?
That was quite fun. I remember when you brought that over Vanya's place and we were just up there playing it for ages.
Dude, it's just so fun.
I know of Conker because his first game was Diddy Kong's Racing.
Did not know that.
Now you do.
I do indeed.
Metroid. Oh no, do I say Metroid Prime? Because I'm Metroid Prime. Resident Evil 2. It's because obviously we've established how much I love Resident Evil 2. We won't go into that in any more detail.
Yeah.
There's a spider on your roof.
Yes, there is. Oh, it's a think little. For now,
God.
I'll say Metroid Fusion on Game Boy Advance.
Right over your watch.
Because as a Metroid fan, people may expect me to say Super Metroid, but I know something I really enjoyed about Metroid Fusion. I like how all your power-ups are now like parasites that try and escape from you after you kill the enemies. And I didn't get the launcher, I can't go back.
Silly noodle. Don't start, Pickle.
Don't start this again.
Yeah, that's it. He's used it on video. You're gonna edit it out or keep it in?
I'm keeping that in.
So you're gonna keep in you calling me Pickle online?
Yeah. that guy right there.
Saying that, you did drive him quite far, so.
What?
You just brought it on yourself, really. Let's look at the facts, mate. Nikita. I couldn't have said that anywhere.
Nikita.
Nikita.
It's like he's trying to say Vegeta. Vegeta? Isn't that a character?
From Dragon Ball Z.
Cool. I was meant to say fajita.
Sure.
Easy to get mixed up there.
Clearly. But back to your question.
Yeah, I picked my games.
I'm gonna say all of the old single player games. That's probably A, because single player games were actually really good back then, and B, most modern games online just completely the shit.
Yeah. Even from an online standpoint with the service and the stuff like that.
With the old games, can you count like say, back in the day if you played like Doom online, and you had to like plug it in where your like phone connection would be, so it's just like
Yeah,
one
I
of
remember
your
LAN
friends playing
parties
it.
with Unreal Tournament. So Yeah. That's acceptable.
Online's kind of killed off the whole community side of things. If you think about it on that way.
When I was talking about my video game dissertation for university, I was talking about how people are still bonded as a community with single player games. I mean, even if it wasn't in multiplayer, you had talking about games on forums. You had conventions like E3 and PAX.
Yeah, like us earlier when we were down at Console Connections.
Yeah,
like,
we were just talking to the guy. We were talking about Resident Evil and Metal Gear.
ages.
And what other stuff we were talking about? We were talking about loads of stuff.
Yeah, and then we started talking about like what games should we get for a complete crap fest and that.
Yeah, we
Big
got
one for ages.
Vampire Rain. That's a part for you to help sync up footage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Another thing that I really appreciate about Hideo Kojima, I mean, as you said, Resident Evil 5 is a good co-op game. Not the best single player game. You know, how they kind of wrote off the single player thing. Why I appreciate Revelations going back to single player, and also going back to Hideo Kojima. Sure, Metal Gear 4's got Metal Gear Online, which is apparently meant to be quite good, but it's an awesome single player experience. In itself, I keep going. He didn't start off as some cash cow thing. He stayed very faithful to his child of Metal Gear.
See, I'll love it for more devs to do that.
Yeah. So, in that regard, how do you think Resident Evil 6 is going to turn out with the multiplayer front, with the co-op? Since they've decided to go back with single player for Revelations, do you think they'll do that on Resident Evil 6, or do you think it's just because it's on the handheld? And that they'll keep to the more mainstream Gears of War, Call of Duty elements for the console, because Resi 6 has been released on the console.
I would like to think that they're going to keep Resi 6 as more of a heavily single player based game.
Yeah.
And use Operation Raccoon City, whatever it's called,
As the
more
whole...
of a co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would love for them to do. But,
Yeah, that's a smart idea actually, but we'll see what they do. I mean, from what I've seen, they still have the partners following the main players around in Resident Evil 6. They might do some co-op with that, I'm not sure. But it could be, they're just there as AI support, because Revelations is meant to have AI support. I mean, like a character following you around. But it's,
do you know what you just kind of put in my mind then?
what?
If, because Dead Space now done it, if they copy the old
Oh, they
Left
did
4
multiplayer.
Dead, people play as something infected character.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know why it just crossed my mind.
That would be a shame, because Dead Space is pretty awesome.
Dead Space 1 was bad. Is that multiplayer still alive? I know you had it for a while. Dead Space 2, didn't you?
No, I only had Dead Space 1 because I made myself promise that I wouldn't get the second one until I full 1,000 the first one in game score, but that never happened because it was so freaking hard. But no, from what I saw, it was literally just a rip of Left 4 Dead, and I was just like,
I didn't even bother. I never played the multiplayer in Dead Space 2, but it was cool because it was just while they was kind of latched on multiplayers, they put a lot of emphasis on the single player.
Which is good. I'm glad they did that.
Yeah. Still don't know which one I prefer, because Dead Space 1 was non-linear. You did backtracking, it's alright. Dead Space 2 is more linear, although it wasn't to a point I was like, oh man, I'm just going straight forward. I was like, oh, it's okay, it works.
I found to do a bit of relating. You know, on say Resident Evil, since you're a big Resi fan.
Yeah.
With Dead Space 1, it was like there was a linear path, but there was exploration to do to find good things. Which I found, especially the audio files. I love that in Dead Space.
Yeah.
did you ever watch any of the other bits for Dead Space? So like the movie.
I
That was a
did
prequel
watch...
to
I
it.
wanted
films.
to watch the anime. They released anime, didn't they?
The anime
Yeah.
was okay.
I kind of wanted to watch that.
I didn't really like the one... Was it Aftermath that was released with Dead Space 2? The one,
so.
basically each... Because each character was being interrogated by some agent, and for each story or
It was a different type of
animation, kind of like the Animatrix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I watched that, and I think there was only one that I actually liked, and all the rest just looked
Yeah.
crap.
Did
But,
they release an anime game. Oh no, it was like a game full of mini games with like the
Yeah, the
art
Xbox
style.
Xbox Live Arcade.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
I never picked that up. It looked terrible.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those kind of things, but you kind of had to if you wanted to carry on like with the lore of it.
Yeah.
And if I did, I just read the story online.
It's that whole thing with, like, a lot of people probably kept playing Halo. Actually, no, I'd say people played Halo again and again to figure out what's going on with the story, but then again, it's more multiplayer focused player. So they probably picked up the books for that.
Just
Again,
wet himself.
Yeah.
yes.
I've never noticed that before. But sorry.
That's right, yeah, they just do the books and novels for Halo if you want to learn more, don't they? No, I'm not bothered about Halo 4.
No.
No. Halo's that's it.
It's been done. Yeah.
Who are you?
For this boss fight, sorry. Do you want to be safe? Camera?
Be safe, be seen.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Just quickly to on and off. But I have
Quick break.
a quick break.